Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
And thank you for activating the M808B main battle tank. You may call me Phyllis. Ryan got the joke. Curtis
don't.
is like,
Got no clue.
okay. Could you take a guess?
It sounds like it could possibly be Mass Effect.
No.
You told me he was good at vehicles. All he
He
does
does
is talk to them. Talk to them.
Red
is that
versus
all
blue.
about?
Hey!
Okay.
Oh, look at the damn things.
Yeah.
So, we should
So-
begin as we do during the football season with NRC
Alright.
Talks NFL.
That's a good call.
I thought so.
Okay. So.
So,
I've slept through portions, if not all, of some of the last 3 Packers games.
well, you've missed some fun games, and you
Yes,
missed some less fun.
Well, this last week I saw, I think, the first 3 quarters.
Okay.
And then I started zoning out. I was done.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, the Bears game was a lot of fun to watch. We weren't here last week, so we wouldn't have talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't watching it, but I did see the score. It was like 31-3 or something at some point, right?
We won 24-14.
I mean the Tampa Bay
Oh.
Bears game.
No, I was talking about last weekend. The Packers-Bears game.
Oh.
Because
Right.
we're Packer people.
Right.
If you haven't figured that out by now, you should probably leave.
Yep.
But yes, Tampa Bay destroyed the Bears. Justin
Okay.
Fields is getting absolutely ruined by Matt Nagy.
Mm-hmm.
That poor kid. He is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL currently.
Wow.
I think, yeah, he's been sacked like 20 times or something in 7 weeks.
I saw another interesting statistic.
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes has thrown 13 interceptions in his last 10 games.
Oh,
Oof.
boy.
Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers, comparatively, has thrown 13 interceptions in his last 51 games or something. So, Interesting.
There's some differences here.
Some nice statistics right there.
Some nice statistics. You know what
Yeah.
else are nice statistics in a terrible way? The fact that the Packers are one of the worst teams in stopping the red zone.
It is
We're
unfortunate.
like 30th or 29th. This last game did help because we actually stopped people in the red zone. Before, we didn't.
All right. Dean Lowry had the, I don't know if it was officially an interception or if he had the fumble recovery,
Right.
but that was good. That was nice.
And
to
of
see.
course, you got to thank Heineke for taking a knee.
Right.
He didn't get the touchdown because he was technically giving himself up, according to the NFL rules.
Oh,
that
yeah.
that was interesting.
And then he did a Lambo leap.
Well, he grew up a Packers fan. I can't blame the man for
Yeah,
that.
he wanted to
He
try.
wanted to be there. He wanted to do it, and he didn't get the touchdown. Oh, well. Let's look
Yep.
at the bright side. The Bengals are doing well.
They are.
Yeah, that's interesting.
They absolutely demolished the Ravens.
The Cleveland Browns are doing way better than the
They
Lions.
should. Then the Lions, and then they should.
Yeah.
They don't have an offense. Like
No.
it's a glorified scout team running plays, and they
Didn't-
beat the Broncos.
Didn't they benched what's his name? The Baker Mayfield.
Well,
yeah.
right, because he tore like 3
Oh,
things in
that's
his
what
left
happened.
shoulder. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
He's,
So
he's like actually out.
and is it the guy that used to be the quarterback for the Vikings?
Yes.
Who's now the quarterback? Yeah.
Which is funny because Teddy Bridgewater was on the other
Yeah.
side. There were like 7 different previous Vikings players in that game. It was just really funny.
Where's Teddy Bridgewater quarterbacking now?
The Broncos.
He's at the Broncos?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I
it
don't know.
was-
He's switched around to so many different teams in the past, like, 5 years. I can never keep track of him.
He's on the Broncos, and he's not doing well. The Broncos as a whole are looking awful.
Yikes.
Sorry, Aunt Janet. And Uncle Jim. Don't know if you watch.
I assume she's still a Packer fan.
She is.
Yeah.
Uncle Jim is
So
not.
she gets to bask in the glory that is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
We're going to have a chance regardless, but how much worse are our odds without Devontae Adams
Yeah.
And Alan Lazard.
and Alan Lazard?
Oh, I didn't hear that the lizard was...
Yeah, he's also on the COVID protocol.
Ooh.
Big Rona.
Yeah, I
I mean, you still got Big Bob.
Big Tonka Tunyon.
yeah, I don't know.
And, of
I'm-
course, Randall Cobb. We got
Right.
Cobb.
Cobb, yeah.
We got Randall Cobb.
If
we got
they
something.
if they win tomorrow, I'd be surprised.
Who are they playing again?
Arizona, who's
The
undefeated.
undefeated Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, this might be a
Yeah.
tough one.
It's going to be a
Yeah.
tough one. We're in Arizona on a short week. We're out. Is MVS cleared to play? I know he was still questionable.
I do not know.
If we have Marquez Valdez Scandling,
Yeah, you got
whatever
it right the first time.
Okay, I got it the first time. Good me. I'd say we have a better than 0 chance.
Yeah.
As it is, at least our defense is looking all right. Like, we can't stop teams in the red zone, but we can stop teams before that.
Yeah.
Keep them out of the red zone. We're fine.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's going to be a tough game. I assume we'll pull some other third string wide receivers out from nowhere, like our O-line that is somehow holding up. Like, yes, we're letting up sacks, but they're still doing pretty good job considering they're on the third string.
Inexperienced, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it that this past week, this last game, I should say, they were dressed up in uniforms.
Green on green?
Yeah, they looked like
It
they
looked
went
good.
to St. Norbert's.
I really liked the throwback uniforms.
It looked
I thought
nice.
I thought they were very nice.
It's just
Curtis, your thoughts on the throwback uniforms?
Thoughts on the what?
The throwback uniforms, the green on green.
Oh,
I really liked them.
they were fine. I mean, I had seen the illustration or whatever of them before the season, so
Okay.
I thought they were.
I like them better than the usual purple whatever.
oh
we have
the
going on.
brown and
Yeah.
blue or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like the green better.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I knew I had this feeling because it's a Thursday night game. You know who is the play-by-play and
yeah. But if you watch it through Amazon, you can get different commentators and live
Oh,
stats.
really?
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow.
That's what I did. I did that last week for the Broncos-Brown game. I learned in their advanced stats that the Broncos are 32nd in the NFL for third down conversions.
Huh.
And I was like, oh, they're going to lose this game.
Oof.
That's a big oof.
Yeah. So that was a fun tidbit.
That is fun. So wait, were the stats just along the?
I turned it
bottom of
off
the
after that
screen, or-
point. I
okay.
wasn't paying attention. It was on the screen somewhere, and like I said, I
Mm.
turned it off. But I didn't have to listen to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. So
See, I always
was a plus.
thought that if TV had stuck with the 4:3 aspect ratio, they would have used the sidebars.
to put important information like
Yeah, to put
updates on
stats
other
and-
games and stats and all that
Yeah.
cool stuff.
Yeah.
What you're doing, Curtis, is thinking outside the box. The box is there for a reason.
Well, so I've been following this interesting Facebook page. I don't know who created it, but it must be a bunch of TV people
Mm-hmm.
who just share cool historical facts and whatever. And someone shared that they viewed their first HD like video. It was like a test broadcast or something, but they saw it at a conference in 1996,
Oh boy.
and it was close to 720p. However, at that time there was no official HD TV aspect ratio. So
Right.
instead of 16 by 9, it was 15 by 9.
Oh,
Oh
So-
Lord.
Isn't that interesting?
That is.
Wow.
That's kind of neat.
it's an interesting tidbit.
It is.
Yep.
We learn things on this show, I think.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I could probably turn off the NRC Talks NFL.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck, Packers. I hope we win. We might not, and that's okay. If we have a competitive game, I'll be okay because we're beat to hell.
Yeah.
Right.
Now to the main event, as they
Right.
say, the main course,
Entree.
the entree. That's the word I was thinking of, but my brain didn't quite get there, so I went for main course instead. We saw all that work done.
So, Ryan, you actually went and saw the
I
the new
did.
Bond, James Bond?
I was there all by my lonesome
Oh, wow.
with there were like 5 other people in the theater.
Our theater was pretty empty as well, and we went. Was that opening night, Curtis? Or was that the night after?
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty close.
It was either. I think it was opening night.
Yeah. It was a very empty theater, all things considered.
I was the youngest person in there. It was all like really old people. So it was
Huh.
I was not paying attention to the demographics of our small audience.
No.
We had closer to like 15, 20 people in there.
Yeah, maybe.
But it still was fairly sparse.
Yeah.
We're going to start this with the spoiler-free review.
Right. Well, I think the beginning of the movie is a welcome return to classic James Bond.
Ah,
It was
yes.
pretty good.
through the
with
barrel.
Oh
yeah, the barrel, and the white dot going across.
That was
Nice.
my favorite part of the movie.
Well, we'd have to discuss it more in the
spoiler section.
spoiled
Yeah.
section.
But it's the movie attempts to tie up the Daniel Craig movies.
Yeah. Truth be told, I didn't rewatch Spectre, and I probably should have.
Well, there was the other thing. Spectre was also trying to tie up the Daniel Craig movies.
Yeah.
Right.
So it feels like ending number 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I just I had forgotten about the lady
Oh,
woman that he was
the
like
love
with.
interest, yeah.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Shows you how memorable these characters are.
Yeah, exactly. So when we got there and they were hanging out or whatever,
hmm
I had to think for a little bit. Oh yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah.
was in that last one.
And she was important for some reason.
Yes. Well, Bond went and saved her from the top of the blown up MI6 building in the end of the Spectre, right?
Oh, yeah.
She was
Spoilers for Spectre.
Right. Well, that's been out for a couple of years.
Yeah. We're less concerned about that.
Yeah.
This movie is fairly definitively broken into 3 parts. And I kind of want to rate those individual parts separately because I think the quality dips the more parts you get into.
Hmm.
The
Interesting.
first act, I'm just substituting words at this point, I really liked. The middle act was like, okay, this is still pretty good. And then the last act, it just kind of fell apart for me.
Interesting.
Without getting, into spoiler
Too
territory.
detail-y?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan, what about you? Do you have
Stuff-
some thoughts about parts?
Stuff happened, and then more stuff happened, and then a lot more stuff happened, and then it was done.
Right.
Yeah.
And now I'm here, and I'm like, huh?
Yep.
And yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, my favorite part of the movie was probably the Hans Zimmer soundtrack,
Okay.
if anything.
All right.
Oh, that's something I guess we could bring up. They use a song that they've used in a different Bond movie,
Right.
which,
Yeah, the orchestral version.
yeah.
Huh? I don't remember this, but we also...
I looked at when that was playing.
You did?
Yeah.
This
And-
was like 2 weeks ago.
right. No, it's very early on in the movie when
then-
they're driving, I think, in the
Mhm.
Bond car or something.
Yeah, they're driving in the
And,
the original Aston Martin.
Oh,
Yeah,
right at the
and,
beginning of
we
the
have-
movie.
Yeah, we have All the Time in the World comes on.
Oh,
right.
And I heard that, and I was like, oh, so we're kind of doing a throwback to this really,
Right.
like, the most diversely opinioned Bond movie
Right.
is what we're... Okay, I get what you're trying to do here.
Yeah, and it was. Yeah.
And then the ending kind of made sense because I was like, oh yeah, it's doing something unexpected.
Yeah, and I think before we go into spoilers, my last thought would be tonally, I think the movie doesn't really handle it being the end very well. It does do some things in that regard well, but I think it kind of hits you in the face real fast at the end.
Mm. I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
See what you did there.
What did I do?
Hit you in the face.
Huh? Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't even going for that.
Kind of. Yeah. Anyway.
That wasn't even where I was going with that. Wow. Good me. All right, now we are moving into spoiler.
Yeah. If only I had a thing that said spoilers or something.
Spoilers ahead. Here we come. You've been warned.
Yeah.
Leave now or forever hold your pieces. You heard what I said.
Right.
So James Bond dies.
Ooh. Wait. What if our viewers didn't have enough time?
Yes, that does happen. Coming back from that statement, that's the end of the movie. Let's go back to the beginning.
I thought we'd Pulp Fiction it and bring it back around.
Okay, all right,
okay.
we're gonna go in circles.
There
The
were some
beginning of-
other. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
go for it, Curtis.
I was just gonna say there's another major character death also. Just
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. What's his
So-
name?
Felix.
yeah. So lots of.
Like I said, in some regards, they do. Felix's death is like, oh, we're closing up plot threads, and then they kill Blofeld off screen, which was like, okay, they're closing plot threads. I guess he seemed important.
Well, I mean, you knew he was gonna.
Right.
As soon as Bond
Touched her.
touched.
It's like, oh, it's over.
Yeah. And there was some definite
which
suspense.
gets to the some of the plot holes as this movie goes along, the shenanigans that this movie does
oh yeah.
to make the plot make sense.
Just with the nano.
Yes.
Stuff.
They say nanobots and just assume that that's a catch-all. If they're robots, they can be reprogrammed, disabled. They're machines.
One would think, but this must be. They're not the Borg. They don't have direct control or something. I don't know.
But you can
is
still
kinda weird.
disable them. They have power sources. The EMP should work.
That's a good point.
That is a good point. Like I said, this movie gets more and more rocky as things go. The beginning of the movie, we start off with what's her name as a child, and I thought that part was really well done. There's lots of show don't tell, and it's just kind of telling the story through action, and it's great.
Right.
And then there's a good transition to her grown up, and it's like, oh, okay, that's what we were figuring out. We meet the main villain in that opening sequence wearing a mask, and
Right.
somehow he's like the same age as her, even though it's been 20 years.
Well, it's like it's a thing.
Does he have the William Shatner drugs where he just stays young forever?
No, I think this is the same thing that made a guy go from Korean to white dude.
Oh, okay.
Oh, DNA something.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
That's
DNA
probably the same thing right
resequencing,
there.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No-
Sure.
No more diamonds on face.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though those should have been very easy to remove.
I don't know. Yes.
Whatever. We're not talking about Die Another Day.
Or are we?
I hope not.
I don't think so.
But then they're in whatever that city is,
Right, somewhere.
where Vesper died? Was buried at the very
buried.
least?
That part, I was a little bit like,
Oh,
why?
this-
She's
they're-
in some random.
They're trying to tie up plot threads, Ryan,
Yeah.
even though she
Yeah.
was dead and no one had talked about her character really in 3 movies.
I mean,
Right.
they kind of talked about her in Spectre.
A little bit, but it's like she wasn't an integral part of that movie or
No.
any of the other movies, really.
No, yeah.
So it just seemed like kind of shoehorned to, oh, look, we're tying up Craig's Bond movies. Remember this?
You're right. That was odd. I don't.
Well, they needed
don't
an
know.
excuse for James Bond to go to a grave and then for that grave to blow up in his face even and
Right.
cause him no bodily harm whatsoever.
Yeah,
Well,
that
and
happened
then-
a couple times in this movie. where
Right,
it's
and
just like
that's
he's
why
right next to these explosions.
that's why my ironic hit in the face line,
Uh,
what I was talking about, because then he gets shot right at the end and then get
Mhm.
hit in the face. And I'm like, okay, you could have been doing this to him like throughout the movie so that there's some stakes. Like he's carrying on, persevering despite his body basically failing him. But that's neither here nor
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I mean, they've already done the Bond gets shot and everybody thinks he's too old to go on. I know.
Right,
I
but-
think other people have said this too. It's
Like
tried to.
I guess, but in that was like him getting back into shape. Yes, he had been injured, not him carrying on through injuries, persevering
right
in the
Oh,
face
yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
And it suffers from the same Spectre syndrome where Bond just kind of seems immortal. Nothing hurts
Right.
him.
Especially that. Oh man, his last.
Yeah, the one
it's
shot
like a
going
video
up the
game.
tower.
It
Mm.
reminded me of it. It made me think that someone on the.
You cut out. We have no audio from you. Technical difficulties.
says carry on.
My
So,
wayward son. But yeah, it's just like up until the point where, like, as soon as he got shot, I was like, oh, they're killing him.
mhm.
Because it was like he didn't get injured throughout the entire movie. He just, okay. What do I know? I'm just a person who watches too many movies. But yeah, the beginning of the movie, I think it's solid.
Yeah.
Even though there's the ridiculous thing with Vesper, who hadn't been brought up for forever, like we said.
Mhm.
That's still a solid sequence of the movie, and it sets up the premise well enough that I wanted to keep watching.
Sure.
They're being chased through the city. James Bond's like, okay, I'll save you, even though he thinks she betrayed him or something, even though that doesn't make any sense
Yeah.
to begin with, because they're trying to kill her.
Mhm.
He puts her on a train. They go their separate ways. James Bond goes to live in Cuba, which I think is a reference to other Bond movies, maybe, where they went to Cuba a lot. Maybe.
Also did that in Die Another Day.
Frack. Dang it, Die Another Day. Terrible movie. Curtis is attempting to fix his microphone. Were our mics still working? Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, right, we're hardwired in. We should still be working. Otherwise, we'd have serious problems. Curtis is currently switching out batteries for
Yes,
his wireless
I have
microphone.
batteries. Can
There
you
There we go.
Yes.
We hear
hear
you.
me? Okay, now listen to me as I walk through the bowels of my own home.
Ooh.
Oh,
Walking through leaves.
Leaves.
Now he is getting close to the door. There's the door. I hear it. Oh, yes. Close that door. Oh, yeah. We're getting some Curtis House ASMR.
Curtis is whistling.
Curtis is whistling. Listen to that whistle. He's whistling the Castle theme song.
Curtis. Curtis.
I'm Rick Castle.
Hey, Curtis.
He can't hear us. He
Hey,
doesn't have his
Curtis.
earbuds in. And now he's sitting down.
He's
in his
sitting
chair.
down right
He's
there.
putting in his earphones. Oh, yeah. We're going to chop some vegetables. Chop, chop,
Okay.
chop, 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 chop.
Could you hear me whistling?
Yes.
Yes. I was about
Castle
to
theme
say
song.
that I have also began rewatching Castle because
great
it's on
show.
Hulu.
Yeah, Allie and I are in. I think we're in season 3,
So-
which I had
Yeah.
forgotten about. Some of the early season stuff.
There's some great stuff in there.
Oh yeah.
Mary has not watched the show, so it's her first time
Oh,
watching, and I'm
Ah.
having a great time because
fantastic.
she keeps asking me, "What's that? When's this gonna happen? What's happening here?" And I'm just like, "I don't know. Gotta keep watching."
Things
Yeah.
are happening here.
Yes.
Got a couple seasons to go.
There's what, 7 seasons?
8.
Jesus.
I
Could've
never
been 9,
finished.
but then they canceled it.
Oh, it got really silly in season 7 and 8.
Did
They
it?
they could have
Yeah.
ended it in season
I
7,
think they should have.
but then they were like, let's try another.
Still going, yeah.
Honestly, I don't remember. I need to.
They
I don't-
do pointless TV melodrama stuff
Hmm.
to drive up ratings, and I don't think it worked.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, okay. Anyway, Skyfall.
Skyfall. You were talking about going up the tower being like a video game.
No, that's No Time to Die. But yes.
Oh, right. You said Skyfall. Whatever.
I know, because I forgot what we were talking about. Yes, it felt like a John Wick movie. That's what I was saying. I was
Oh,
saying
okay.
that it felt like the writers or someone watched John Wick movie and they're like, "Oh, that's cool. James Bond should do that."
Yes. Well, John Wick came out and everybody was like, "Oh, we need to do this for action movies." This is
Just like The Matrix.
Yes. Ah.
Mm.
Ah. Parallels.
Do you think
Yeah.
the movie John Wick is in The Matrix?
Yes.
Still starring Keanu Reeves?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Um,
No Time to Die.
yeah.
Me and Ryan talked about the first part of the movie while you were
Oh, very good.
had experienced technical difficulties.
So,
Yeah.
James Bond is again retired.
Yeah, haven't seen that one
Yes.
before.
Yeah.
And it's not like they ripped off the song from that movie where they ripped that off from. It's a very
Right.
similar song to Skyfall's theme.
Hmm.
It is pretty darn similar. It felt.
People have merged them together. It works perfectly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
course
same
they have.
chord progression, so.
I don't know. I honestly don't really even remember the middle of the film. It's strange. Like, I know that Bond goes to the weird,
Spectre meeting.
the party thing, I guess. Is that the middle of the movie, technically?
That's beginning middle. The
Hmm.
middle, if you think of it in 3 acts, the middle is really long.
Yeah.
Because he also goes back to MI6 in the middle and all that crap. I suppose we also skipped over the part where the evil guys go and get the Russian scientist,
Oh, yeah.
because that happens before the party.
Right.
That is, as they say, the inciting action. Inciting whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Not important.
No, yeah, you're right. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought overall that this movie it should have had a bigger ending. Like, I don't know.
Like I
It
said,
was-
it hits you in the face real fast.
yeah.
No
like
pun
the stakes
intended.
the stakes were pretty high, I guess. And, they've got these nanobots that could wipe out everyone on the planet or whatever.
Once again, why can't you disable them?
Right. But,
Also, I don't remember the bad guy's name at all. Like I said, these characters are very memorable.
Yeah.
What's his plan? Like, his plan was to take revenge on Blofeld for killing his family. Like, what's his plan after that? What's the point? It becomes pointless after that point. He kidnaps what's-her-name for some reason? And the daughter? James Bond has a daughter in this film. Spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That was odd.
But she says it's not his daughter at first for reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. Strange.
There's very strange things. Lashana Lynch's character in this movie is very strange. You could essentially remove her from the movie and not a lot would change.
Yeah, that's true.
Now you gotta wonder if that was from fear of being, like, backlash of, oh, you're trying to replace James Bond with a black woman.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
I don't know.
it's James Bond.
I just keep thinking, James Bond, like Roger Moore went into the ocean to blow up Atlantis. He went into space.
Yep.
Pierce Brosnan had to blow up the giant super reflector laser dish. There wasn't like a super duper crazy high stakes situation kind of like that.
Yeah, they tried to create that with the end, but
Yeah.
It's been a while since they've had a super weapon in a James Bond movie.
Right, yeah.
they
The
tried.
last one was probably Die Another Day.
Oof. We saw what that did.
I like the movie.
Yeah, it's a fun movie
Oh, lords.
in its own way.
Yeah.
There's a cool sword fight in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broadsword.
The broads. Fire of Wrath. Oh, no. Hero Quest is a great game. Let's leave it at that.
Mm.
But yeah, like, you think about the Brosnan movies, like, there's the dish at the end of GoldenEye, where it's like, that's
Right.
the big set piece. You're running around that, and it's really cool. And then, World Is Not Enough is the submarine.
Mhm.
They're on the submarine at the end of that. And
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies is the stealth ship.
Mm-hmm.
They're running around that. And then Die Another Day, I don't remember the end of that movie. The airplane
Airplane.
kind of substitutes for that, but also the giant ice base that they're running around.
Yeah.
This movie tries to do that with this missile silo, but I don't think it pulls it off well.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the stakes were sufficiently high, but it was just that Bond just kind of, went up this ladder and just kind of stood there.
And died.
It was weird. Like,
Yeah.
he should have had to be like holding the blast doors open with his bare hands or something, ridiculous.
Right.
That would have, I don't know. Whatever. Writers can do what they want.
I'm also still dubious. Were they breeding nanobots in the vats?
That part I'm still never
that
quite
didn't,
sure
like,
about.
The whole just waving your hand and saying nanobots doesn't make things make sense, Hollywood.
Right.
I don't know, made things make sense in Agent Cody Banks.
Oh no. We're comparing James Bond to Agent Cody Banks.
Hey.
Oh no. It's not good.
I think we've discovered the problem. But yeah, like, the middle is long. There's the evil Spectre party. I liked the like young CIA agent girl. She was fun.
Mm-hmm.
She was fun. She had energy, and I was like, oh, this could be fun if she went with Bond off on this adventure. Instead, they give him Lashana Lynch, who was way less charismatic and also barely in the movie.
Yeah. I did enjoy, Bond got a watch that actually, did some
Oh, yeah.
electric-y stuff.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I was like, oh, okay. He's got the watch.
Then he finally got like a one-liner in there. Blew his mind or whatever. It's good.
Blow your mind. Yes. That was good.
There's a okay. I know that we don't really like the ending as much because it's sort of all over the place. There is one scene in particular where they more or less mirror the opening gun barrel shot. They're going down a corridor. Somebody shoots
yeah.
at Bond and he spins around and gets him.
Right.
So
yeah.
I was like, hey, that's nice. Everything else, I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
It's just, it turns into mindless action where it's just like, oh, he's unkillable until he's
The end.
killable.
Yep.
Till the plot demanded he die, he was unkillable. Okay. All right. But yeah, Felix Leiter dies in the middle of it, and you're like, oh, they're wrapping things up. Okay.
Yeah, once that happened, then the rest of the movie, I was, wondering to myself, okay, so are they actually going to kill Bond off? Kind of
As
set the
soon as he
precedent.
got shot in the leg, I was like, he's dead. I said that before, but I'll say it again. He was invincible up until that point. He was dead afterwards. I knew it.
Interesting.
I don't know. James Bond goes back to London at some point and gets briefed about nanobots and has to go talk to Blofeld.
Well, he deduces, because Bond is very smart.
Yes.
Or did Bond know from the start that was the plan to create these nanobots?
No.
He had voiced his concerns in the past?
No.
Oh, okay.
They tell him after that point. He didn't know.
Right.
So yeah, that happens. How did Blofeld in this super duper high security cell that they cart him out in a very slow speed hide a robotic eye and send transmissions out of this high security cell?
Yeah, I don't know. Did they ever figure that out?
No, they were like, we found the eye in his cell. How could he have been using this to send transmissions to Spectre? I'm like, huh? What?
That is weird.
Made absolutely no sense. Oh, right. Evil Russian scientist was co-opted by a bad guy who wore a mask in the beginning of the movie to kill Spectre off to take revenge for his family. That's why they all died at the party.
Yes. Right.
I was like, all right, I'm still on board with the plot at this point. A bit of a stretch, but okay, he has a motivation. Like I said, after he kills Blofeld, his motivations are just kind of, I'm going to do what the plot demands.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Nanobots.
Nanobots, yes. The nanobots transferred from her skin to James Bond's skin, even though they can enter the bloodstream. I'm so confused as to how these things work.
There is a bit of a leap going on, figuratively and apparently in real life.
Physically.
Or in movie real life.
Yes.
Physically, yes.
James Bond lost his cool, grabbed Blofeld,
Oh, right.
and transferred the nanobots to him, which he instantly died.
Yep.
Just off screen. They were like, he's dead now. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And what's her name disappeared somehow.
Right,
Yes.
she was scared.
She got out of that building really quickly.
Yes.
And somehow no one was able to track her leaving that building very quickly.
She knows what she's doing.
All right, she was daughter of Spectre or whatever. Fine.
Right.
I'll allow it. She goes back to the house that we saw at the very beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
James
Right.
Bond follows her there because apparently he knew where the house was.
Right.
Okay. Meets his daughter, and then they gotta leave because they're being tracked somehow.
Yeah.
Remember, Q had like part of a cipher, and then he got into the their infonet, and he's like, "Oh, they're right next to you. They're coming for you, James." He's like, "What?" Okay, they followed him?
Something.
And then you get a pretty decent forest action scene. It was like,
Oh, right. Yeah. It's all foggy.
it's all foggy, and he's doing the old switcheroo, and I'm going to pull up the line that you won't see, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
look, I've seen this in Star Wars Episode 6.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And then she and the daughter still get captured, and then you get to the end of the movie, which we have talked ad nauseum about.
Yes. So, have you guys watched the Dune movie yet?
No.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Who's
Ryan
gonna-
read the book.
Oh, really?
hmm
You read the book?
I'm only like a quarter of the way through it. There's a lot of stuff that happens in that book.
Right. That's
Well, apparently the movie is like a prologue.
I mean, there's a
good chunk of
what
actual
I
plot in there.
what
but
I
yeah.
saw in the movie was like straight up out of the book. It is.
But they haven't planned or announced a sequel at all, and
No,
this
they
only.
did.
Oh, they did.
Oh, they did.
They
Yeah.
just did. Yeah.
Okay, because
Part 2 has been announced.
people were basically up in arms over the fact that they didn't announce Part 2, and that it didn't look like they had any plans to announce Part 2.
Well, they just
Right.
did,
Okay,
and it's.
then that is breaking news that I was unaware of. I apologize.
No. I was just going to ask, had you seen it, if you thought No Time to Die or Dune was a better movie.
Dune.
Yeah, I would
Significantly.
probably say Dune at this point.
Dune. Well, okay, so there's the dialogue is kind of hard to follow.
Right, yes.
But-
Gotta watch it with subtitles.
Yeah, definitely watch with subtitles.
Is it on HBO?
Yes,
Cool.
so it's free.
I can watch it.
But and there's a lot of stuff that happens that you have to keep up with. Besides that, it is a visual spectacle, I would say. It looks quite excellent.
Neat.
It is a very artistically, I don't want to say artistically filmed because I'm guessing a lot of that was CGI. So artistic CGI work.
Yeah.
Also, Jason Momoa is in it.
Jason Momoa is in it. That's
And Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
And
Oscar Isaac. I
Some top talent by the sounds of
Mhm.
it.
Despite him being a not as used character in Star Wars,
A one-note unused character, yes.
he is still quite a good actor.
He seemed like a charismatic fellow.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Brolin.
Yes.
Thanos
Okay.
himself.
Yeah, that was cool to see.
Thanos.
Thanos is, and he's sword fighting at one point, so I'm like, ah,
Wait, you've seen this one.
yeah.
It's a rerun. What's a rerun?
Uh, yeah, so you should watch it, Noah.
Okay.
The ending, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I would say the ending just wants you want the next part.
Okay. That's good to hear.
I would agree.
As for No Time to Die, I do not want another part.
So,
No, at least
Also, the
not of
movie
this
doesn't really
version.
give you an option for another
No.
part.
but if you keep watching to the end of the credits, it says James Bond will return.
Yes.
So
Oh, boy.
Though
does this mean
Not
reboot
yes,
or
it has to mean reboot. Like the Bond estate or whatever, whoever controls the rights to James Bond, said they're not even gonna think about casting another James Bond until 2022. So, or maybe it was even
Yeah.
2023. We're ways out from them looking at other people to get James Bond. Personally, I hope they get Superman. What's his name?
oh
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. You
So-
see it.
he could be Superman, Geralt of Rivia,
And
James
James
Bond.
You mean Henry Cavill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
With his shotgun fists.
Hmm.
Yes. I think he'd be a great James Bond.
He'd be like the most buff James Bond.
The most tall James Bond.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
Hmm.
Henry Cavill for James Bond. I'm in. Who else would be a good James Bond? I can't think of any other.
Jason Statham. Just be entertaining.
Oh no.
Hi, I'm James Bond.
Please no.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I'm like, Henry Cavill is the guy. It works.
I mean, I've seen lots of lists that, people have compiled of different
Right.
ideas, but I don't know.
Usually they wind up getting some like lesser known guy. So
Yeah, that's probably what it'll be.
it'll probably be that. But I think in my heart I will always know not getting Henry Cavill will be a missed opportunity.
Do you think that they will keep trying to come up with like kind of original storylines, or are they going to go back and start remaking more of the
like the original books?
Yeah, the
like
original
what they did
books
with
and stuff.
Casino Royale. And
Right.
Probably a healthy mix. They'll probably be told that, we should revive a couple of these older stories that haven't been looked at a lot, but hey, let's do a new twist.
Right.
I would like some more quote-unquote original stories than them going back and redoing things that they've already done.
Yeah.
But at the same time, these more recent original stories haven't been great, so...
That reminds me.
I like
Have
them to
you-
remake The Man with the
Oh, you
Golden
like what?
Gun.
Yes, remake The Man with the Golden Gun.
What were you saying, Curtis? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just thinking, speaking of supposedly original storylines, have you been reading the rumors about the next Indiana Jones movie?
Not recently.
I have not been keeping up with the rumors, no.
The rumors are that Indiana Jones 5 will involve time travel,
Oh my.
possibly to a younger Indiana Jones or something insane.
Did they give Spielberg too much control again?
I don't know what they're doing.
This is a
I
Sounds
think time
terrible.
travel is definitely the wrong
Yes.
way to go, but what do I know?
What do you know?
I've thought ever since they, did the last one, then that this next one should be set somehow at Woodstock, and you could have Harrison Ford walking through all these hippies. He has to punch his way through the hippies to get under the stage or something. I don't know.
This sounds ridiculous. I love it.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe they'll bring back superstar Shia LaBeouf.
You're walking through the woods. There's no one around and your phone is dead. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot him.
Shia LaBeouf.
He's following you about 20 feet back. Suddenly he gets down on all fours and breaks into a sprint. He's gaining on you. Shia LaBeouf.
Yep. James Bond's dead.
Yes. Is the franchise dead?
Oh.
Ryan doesn't know.
I would imagine not. Oh,
Curtis
but
says no.
I in one of those first, I think, 2 seasons of Castle, I forgot about the episode where they're hinting that Castle's been offered to write 3 new James
Oh,
Bond
yeah.
books.
Yes.
They never actually say the name, but
Right, because they
they're
don't have
playing
the rights.
the music.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They're playing
Well,
similar music.
very, very close music.
Yes. Do 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 do. Curtis, are you catching all the Firefly references?
I mean, probably not as many as you've caught, but I mean,
I've caught them
obviously
all.
they.
It's like Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's the
Space
Halloween
Cowboy.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. When does Ghostbusters come out?
Yes.
Soon.
November something.
November something. I'm
9th,
gonna have to watch that.
17th, something.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's looking pretty good.
Yes, I actually think it doesn't look like garbage, which surprised me. I'm intrigued. Let's go watch it. Words
Just-
Curtis didn't think he'd be hearing from me.
Yeah, I
November
mean,
19th. Ooh.
I don't know.
I don't
be
know
cool.
if I'll be able to.
Well, that's tragic for you.
It's opening weekend for rifle season, so
Oh.
I'll be at El Cabin. But
See, me and Curtis are not cool.
Eh.
I just say things. I drink, and I know things.
perhaps Thanksgiving Day or the day after. Probably
Well,
go.
me and Curtis will go watch it opening day and tell you if it's worth watching.
All right.
Curtis will probably say yes, but
You will be on the fence.
I will be on the fence until I see it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, November 19th.
Now, believe it or not, I think No Time to Die is worth watching once.
Sure.
Just to experience.
Just to
the-
experience it's better than Quantum of Solace. Not hard.
Yep.
I would say as a film it's better than Spectre. As a James Bond movie, it's equivalent to Spectre.
Mm.
And I
Yeah.
liked it. I liked the first half of the movie enough to like the movie better than Casino Royale. I am notorious for not liking Casino Royale. I acknowledge that it's probably a better film than this one.
Wow. That's bold. I like Casino Royale.
Like I said, I'm notorious for not liking that movie. Casino Royale is probably a better movie than No Time to Die. I haven't watched Casino Royale in many years.
Hmm. I like Casino Royale. But yeah, Skyfall's still number one.
It
for
still
sure.
reigns supreme.
Yep. Although I was reading something.
1 out of 5 isn't a great
Recently.
track record.
What?
I said 1 out of 5 isn't a great track record.
Yeah.
Even if you give them Casino Royale, 2 out of 5 isn't a great track record.
Yeah. I was reading some article that compared Skyfall to The Dark Knight in kind of, I don't know, kind of similar setups or something.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Which, probably. That's not a bad movie to be compared to.
No.
So.
Brosnan had better films. Give him his send-off he deserves.
Yeah. Jeez.
He had 3 solid outings, and whatever fourth one you want to say was the bad one. There are various opinions on which one was the worst. Just choose one. That's not GoldenEye. You can't be GoldenEye.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Bam! With a banger like that, the movie can't be bad. It also has Boris.
Boris.
And it's got Hagrid.
It does have Hagrid.
Huh?
Robbie Coltrane.
Yeah.
He's in that movie?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
the Russian
Yes.
Right.
who likes his caviar.
I don't think you really find out about the caviar until That
Oh,
World Is Not
World
Enough.
Is Not
Yeah.
Enough.
Yes.
and he's got his cane gun.
Cane gun. Yes.
I really like
Very
the cane
James
gun.
Bond. Yep.
The cane gun that was so small a caliber that it didn't shoot through the very thin metal around James Bond's neck.
Yep.
Incredible.
That was pretty amazing.
I guess he wasn't a very good friend. It's like,
That movie is underrated.
yeah.
It is not highbrow, but it is an entertaining film.
It is.
I'm looking for a nuclear submarine. It's long and black, and the captain is a very good friend of mine.
The captain is a very friend of mine.
It's a great line.
It's a fantastic film if you're looking for dumb fun. The main bad guy gets shot with his plutonium rod.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was a classic James Bond move right there.
It was great.
Yep, give him a little one-liner.
I don't remember what the one-liner is, but it was probably good.
Yeah.
How did the villain in No Time to Die?
James Bond shot him.
Oh, he
Or-
just shot him. There was nothing like.
And he took some of that whatever death
Oh, was that?
thing, red nanobots.
Well, that's what hit James Bond in the face, which was my unintended pun from earlier. I really wasn't trying to go there.
Right.
And then he just kind of punches him and shoots him, I think. You can tell the end of this movie is very memorable
Yeah.
for all the things that happen.
And then he exploded.
See, that I remember until the end of time. Galaxy Quest is a quality film. Everyone should watch it.
Yeah. See, even if it would have come down to like Bond having to hold the villain down, you know,
To keep him from hitting
to
the...
keep him from doing
closing
something.
the doors
Yeah.
back up. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, just something.
So he had to actually stay there and do something.
Yeah, instead of just like looking and like, oh. Here
Oh, well, I
come the
can't see them
missiles.
again, so I won't try to live.
It's bizarre.
It's a strange ending. And then they drink to his sacrifice and the movie ends. Wait, no,
Yes.
then she's driving with the daughter.
Yeah, and she
Mhm.
let's tell you a story, and then they reprise.
Yeah.
She said, I'm going to tell you a story about your father or something, and all I could think of was Mass Effect 3.
Oh, at the end.
Yes.
I want another.
I want to hear
story.
another story about the shepherd. God damn it.
Well, we're soon going to get another story about the shepherd.
I can't wait. It's going to be bad, but I can't wait.
Oh, how's that beta Halo thing going?
Oh, that came and went. I'm very excited for the game.
Oh, okay.
It's coming out on December 8th.
Oh,
I started watching that gameplay trailer footage.
That came out yesterday or
Yeah,
the day before?
and
Yeah.
then I stopped. I
No,
need to
it's-
continue
it's
watching.
quality.
Okay.
You
is it
watch
quality?
it. Yes, you watch it and you go, I want to play this game.
Mm.
Oh my.
I'm
Will I
excited.
be able to with just an Xbox One?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
It's going to run at 30 frames, but it'll run it.
As long as I can still play.
Consequences, consequences, as long as I'm rich.
Hmm.
Since when is Pismo Beach inside a cave?
Yeah, but that's all, folks.
Seems like a good place to end it.
Like and subscribe.
Wait for No Time to Die to come out on streaming services. Watch it once.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation.
I'll have to get it on Blu-ray to keep my Blu-ray collection.
But
strong.
even that is begrudgingly. It's just to keep the
Yeah.
collection alive. He's not excited to go and rewatch this film over and over. And it's Curtis. That should tell you just how, like, meh the last half of this movie is.
Yeah. I mean, if they've got a fun audio commentary, maybe with Daniel Craig talking about, you know, making the movie.
How he
you know,
broke his
then I'll
leg in
rewatch it.
Cuba or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Held up
Talk about that stuff.
filming.
Daniel Craig's... I
Unless
think they
Daniel
said-
Craig is like so over it that he's like,
He's
no,
pretty
I
over it.
refuse.
Well, they usually record those commentary tracks like the day after the premiere or the day before or something like
Yeah.
that. When
Okay.
they're still in movie mode.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
Unless,
you're Peter Jackson.
in
Right.
which case the movie is never over.
No.
It's
Oh.
like George Lucas. Just keep making changes, George.
Just
McClunky. Yes.
add a couple more scenes.
Speaking of Peter
funky.
Jackson,
Peter Jackson.
it's the Beatles thing is coming out on Disney Plus in
Okay.
a couple weeks.
Whatever.
That's gonna be
the
great.
super secret documentary that was never revealed.
Well,
till
a movie
now.
was released, but I guess a lot of people have criticized it for being a very negative take on what the Beatles were like at that point in time in 1969 or 70 or whatever.
Well, it was like they were coming down to the end, so
Yeah.
Things were kind of coming apart for him.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to watch it.
I hope it goes well for you. I am excited to watch. And. Yep. I've got nothing. I'm guess I'm looking forward to Ghostbusters and Matrix 4 at this point.
Oh, is that December?
December 20 something, I think.
Oh yeah, 10/22/21.
That's it.
Or 12/22/21.
That's it.
Oh, right. Oh, that's a
1 2
yeah,
2
it's a-
2
yeah,
2
yeah.
1.
Yeah. It's a great date.
I thought so. I'm still not sure what to make of that movie. There has been some theorizing that it is in fact a meta-commentary on reboots by being
Oh.
a soft reboot because you can see footage of Matrix 1 in Matrix 4 in the trailer.
Right.
And I think that as that kind of movie could be interesting,
Yeah.
but I don't know what to make of it. I'm going to go watch it. I just don't know what to make of it.
I'd love it if Kevin Smith showed up in the movie. That would be great.
Great. I think the Buzz Lightyear movie looks kind of fun.
Yeah. That'll probably be good.
Didn't expect me to hear me say that, now did ya?
I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. I'm surprised that they didn't try to make this kind of movie earlier. I don't know.
Well, they tried to make a TV show back in 2002,
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, right.
2000
Yeah, that didn't go well.
something. I mean, they made one long season, which reran for a very long time. So they were like, good enough success.
Not as successful as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mm.
That 2003 run is immaculate.
Hmm.
Yep.
So yeah.
So now we're actually going to end. After dragging that out for 20 minutes. You're welcome.
Gotta get our hour runtime in.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Totally. Yeah.
It's very
yeah.
important.
Very important.
Alrighty.
So do what you want. We would appreciate the subscription, but you're the master of your own universe, as Aaron Rodgers would say.
Mm.
I thought he just says that he still owns you.
He also says that. But that's to the Chicago Bears. They are not the masters of their own universe.
Ah,
Oh my. Those
unfortunate.
poor people.
You know what was great? The Bears subreddit, after that happened,
Uh-oh.
they were upset, but they were like, you know, it really sucks that he said it, but it's true. They were like really depressed the fact that he wasn't wrong. They just didn't like hearing it.
Yikes.
So that was fun. Thank you, Aaron Rodgers. I hope you stick around for a few more years. Even
We'll
if we
see.
don't have the money to keep Devontae Adams. We really don't. Goodbye.